Hey guys, stop being assholes.
Yeah, stop being so fucking rude. We're streaming.
Hey, where's that bastard Marty? Just in
All right.
Marty was an asshole.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to DieDragonDie presents the Demonwatch campaign episode 1. I'm your host and DM Marty. I'm joined by my friends John, Ahmed, and Adam. We play D&D together, and we figured with a little bit of extra time in the next month or so, because of all holidays and stuff like that, we would start something on the side in addition to our regular Legends campaign. So happy to have you guys join us. This is us geeking out and doing what we do, or doing what we love best, which is playing role-playing games. We hope you enjoy this as much as we do. I'm feeling a little bit better today. I feel
goodest of the good characters.
Yeah, I feel like I've only have one negative level because of the cold instead of 2 last night. So I'm recovering. Apologize if I have any hacking or coughing or kind of sound icky. All right, so the Demonwatch campaign. Why don't we dive into what the heck is it, and
I get to play a wizard,
and who the characters are. Let's get a map tool going so we can drop some tokens down for each of our characters, and kind of do a quick introduction for those characters, and then we can set some context with where they are in the world, and then have the first few seminal encounters where the party meets each other. For those that are interested, the Demonwatch campaign will be based loosely off of the Paizo Pathfinder adventure path called the Wrath of the Righteous. This is not a cue for my players to go off and now start reading about the Wrath of the Righteous, because that might be, spoiler and kind of just not fun to do it that way.
being a dick.
Yeah. So if you've played the adventure path before, try not to backseat game. And if you are currently playing the adventure path with another group, then you may want to, you just may want to have that information and handle it as you will. So demons do focus central to this campaign. The player characters will eventually be in it to try to beat the demons' asses. The Abyss is a very scary place. And on the prime world of Voros, the demons, long ago, managed to somehow open up a rift or cause the Abyss itself to start to leak and to invade into the world. This consumed an entire country that was the northern neighbor of the current duchy of Monte Plata. Hundreds of years ago, there was the First and Second Crusade, where the goodly folk from this world, as well as others in the Second Crusade, came and tried to put an end to the demonic threat. The Second Crusade resulted in sort of a standstill. A demarcation line was built with the Wardstones, which kind of kept the world wound, or the conquest of the demons had made up to that point, contained. These Wardstones are were placed along this border with the world wound, and are maintained by faith.
Faith is the best maintenance material for...
That's correct.
Yes.
Now, there are many citadels and towns that have sprung up along the border as successive crusades have tried to go into the world wound territory to get rid of the demonic hosts to various degrees of success. The Third Crusade was more about witch hunts, and the Inquisitors that rose up from the Third Crusade, removing corruption from within the more civilized lands. Cultists, witches, tieflings were driven underground, if not killed by the dozens or hundreds. We're currently in the age of the Fourth Crusade, where it's in response to some major demonic activity along the border and possibly some attacks on the Wardstones themselves. Now, the world itself, I've mentioned the Duchy of Monteplata. The Duchy of Monteplata is based around a city called Monteplata, which roughly translates to Silver Mountain. This place is a metropolis. It is basically the hub of civilization in the area, and all crusaders that come from off-world come through Monteplata. Monteplata is also a place where the surviving countries around this area would do trade with, or actually use as a launching point to go and crusade against the Worldwound, which is kind of in the northern part of the world. The city that we're going to play in, or start off in, is Valeros. Valeros is about 1,000 to 2,000 miles away from Monteplata, and it is right on the border of the Worldwound. And I've got a nice city map here. It's a large city. It's not quite the metropolis that Monteplata is, but it is a considerably sized city that has been fortified. Right across the river, however, is the demonic territory of the Worldwound. There's a river that along this part of the map, and I've put this campaign together in about a week. I'll create some maps as we go, as we need them. But this is where we're going to start off, where some of the characters will start off. So, why don't we introduce the characters one by one? They haven't met quite yet. We'll play those encounters today, and kind of kick off this campaign. So, Ahmed, do you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I am playing a halfling called Eldon Burrows, and he's a ranger-esque / paladin-esque kind of fellow. In his culture, it is an honor and something to be proud of to send fighters in against into the abyss. So what they've done is they've taken this child who shows great promise from a very early age and drilled into him religion and faith and crusading and going to do the good fight. So much so that he has lost connection with anybody, including his family that he barely cares about. He's not interested in relationships. He's just about one thing: killing the bad monsters. Anyway, yeah, he's a fairly serious fella. He has a dog that he rides upon, and it's a fantastic animal, which you will see shortly. His name is Kruger, and yes, he's ready for the fight.
Okay, so Eldon comes from a world called Yolda. Yolda is a small halfling planet. Halflings during the upheaval on Agrova, yes, the same world that Azildan is from in the previous campaign. This is a shared universe with the other campaign. Halflings left that area during the necromantic problems and immigrated to Yoldra, where they actually thrived. Yoldra fell underneath the protection of a clan of silver dragons called the Sovereignty. Now, the Sovereignty is a multi-world sort of collection of silver dragons that control the regional song gates. Let me just let that sink in for a moment.
Anyone who knows what's going on with the other campaign?
And if you're trying to sort of synchronize this with the other one, we just lost our song gate. We need to go fight for it to get it back.
Yeah,
we gotta fix it. We're just gonna be done with all of that. Just be like, sorry, Petra, you're on your own.
Is it round and sort of magic looking? Yes, we ignore it.
So
we're gonna seal that whole thing off.
They have various worlds that they've made contact with, and maybe actually control the regional areas around the Songgate network, at least in this part. And one of the Songgates is actually in Monteplata. But the Songgate that is on Yoldra is controlled by the halflings that are there. And they've agreed to participate. A long time ago they agreed, and they've been a valuable resource to the Crusades. So it's an honor to serve not only your god, your world, but to serve the Sovereignty.
The dragon, yeah.
Yep. One of the things that you think that may, and I'm just going to mention it because you're a paladin, you might be interested in fellow paladin orders. There's an order called the Ardent Order, and they serve the sovereignty directly. And they're some of the more elite crusaders. These are the people that kind of lead the crusade efforts. That might be something you may want to join, or that your character definitely does know about.
Okay.
We'll start with your encounter, Ahmed. Your encounter is actually you waiting to travel through the Song Gate to get to Voros, and that's where your first encounter will happen.
Memorize the song they sing.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Do, re, mi, do, do, do.
Right. What is this horrible music? It's religious. Shut up.
Do,
Don't you like it?
All right. John, you want to talk about Hadrian?
Right, so Hadrian is a totally normal human who is definitely human, and don't ask questions about that. Who is a inquisitor. He's actually not really human. He is in fact a tiefling, but he is more human-looking than some tieflings, and aside from magical or perhaps alchemical investigation, his true nature would not be revealed through inspection. He, despite his nature, hates demons, and perhaps hates himself a little bit for being what he is. He is a cold iron warden inquisitor, which is a inquisitor who is specialized in fighting chaotic evil outsiders, demons basically, and also a ranger, an urban. Well, he's not an urban ranger exactly, but he took urban as his favorite terrain, so I guess that kind of makes him an urban ranger. He also uses firearms, which are a new thing that might help turn the tide in fighting off the demon incursion. And yeah, he's a pretty harsh guy. He's merciless towards evil, and he's looking forward to the next crusade.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm going to root out evil.
Hadrian was an orphan. During the Third Crusade, or even prior to that, a lot of tiefling children would have been orphaned. Maybe his parents knew there was something up. Whatever the case may be, he was raised by the church in the capital city of Monte Plata, which is about 1,000 to 2,000 miles away from the city of Valeros, where we'll begin. Valeros is right on the border of the World Wound, so there's a lot of concern about corruption of the populace living so close to demon-scarred lands.
Gotta sort out corruption.
Yep. And there are cults. There are crazies out there who actually want to side with the demons and undo the Wardstones. There are witches and people that want to use demonic magic for their own power and gain.
Not on my watch.
Sure. So you are actually part of a group of inquisitors that runs around Valeros and investigates and kicks in doors and that sort of thing.
The Grand Legate, which is essentially the representative of whoever the highest priests in the land is. That's what legate means.
Yeah, and you worship the patron saint of inquisitors.
St. Petrus.
Who is a very not popular saint.
No, he was killed by martyred by people who did not like the fact that he was a very expedient inquisitor.
He's a very unpopular member of a council of saints that actually grant clerical powers. So Saint Cuthbert, we're going to borrow from some of the Greyhawk religions and kind of do a mishmash of.
Thanks, Gygax.
But Saint Cuthbert is one of the saints that are part of the Council of Saints and Saviors. Saint Petrus is another.
Saint Cuthbert was the very first named deity that Gygax came up with in D&D.
Cool. And I think there were some
Somebody
side
was-
jokes about clubbing people over heads. To make
Yeah,
them
that's
believe in
basically
religion.
what it was. Is he brings people around with a liberal application of a mace.
Awful neutral. All right.
Yep.
All right. We'll just expand on that. You can almost turn any silly thing in D&D into something that's reasonable.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that is the Inquisitor, and we'll try to figure out. I think I figure out how he'll at least come to the attention of the other two characters, and then hammer diplomacy exactly, Kenny. Diplomacy of stick and carrot. You eat
Do
carrot
not
and
like-
beat them with stick.
You do not like stick, or not like carrots, then you will get stick.
All right. Or it's like rulership by squirrel. Hey, look, a squirrel. All right, let's go do our own things. Let's go.
A lot of D&D games end up that way.
Adam, tell us about your guy. He's got a really great token, by the way. If you're a music person, you might.
Yeah. So. Oh, did that not? Here's Phi. Phi is a elvish alchemist, wizard, diviner. He is a wizard because he didn't actually finish wizard school. There was a disagreement, and he did not finish his studies. He had problems with authority and with some of the things being taught in some of the classes. His ancestors are from Crucible. He doesn't know where his mother and father are, but they were sort of adventure-y types. He does have a manor. He's got some friends that run an orphanage out of his basement. So he's an alchemist, tattoo artist, diviner who likes to try to see the best in people and mind-expanding experiences.
It's basically shitty character.
You got the lawfuls on one side.
Why does it always turn out like this?
I don't know. I was kidding. It's kind of true.
He also currently has a living tattoo that is his friend, the fairy princess Nina, because every story needs a fairy princess.
Which is a butterfly.
That's his butterfly.
It's a living tattoo butterfly that just kind of floats around your skin.
Yep, it floats
Weird.
around the skin and can come off and flap around.
He's an elf, though, right?
He is an elf. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
He's an elf. He's 167 years old, 5'7", 109 pounds.
So he would have lived through the Third Crusade. He remembers this as a time of great fear.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially considering his proclivities. Yeah.
Yep. One of the things, your family home. Now you were orphaned, and you suspect that your you had an inheritance though, so you were better off than most. Your family home and a little bit of wealth that you squandered basically going to the wizard college, and kind of flunked out of your wizard college because you had a problem with authority. And what you ended up doing was you have a tenant that occupies most of the home. Plus, you work at a tattoo parlor to kind of like keep your mage, income for being a mage and an alchemist. The tenant that you have in your house is actually quite a lot of people. It's a woman by the name of
Trixie Joe.
Davala. Davala is a adept, perhaps, of the Seldarine. And she came to you asking if she could stay in your home because your parents left behind in part of their house an actual shrine to the elvish gods. The shrine is registered with the government as a holy good area, and that is the thing that you needed to do, or that your parents did, in order to have a chaotic good shrine, or chaotic good gods worshipped in the city. It has to be consecrated good, not chaotic. And it has to be registered with the government. So your house is actually like on the books as being perhaps one of the only elvish holy grounds in the town. So this woman wanted to tend to the shrine for you, and you're like, okay, fine. And she opened up an orphanage in the remainder of your home, so for elven children. Now, elven children are children for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, a long time to know them.
Yeah, exactly. So,
50 years, stop it.
Fi, you run a elvish orphanage out of the majority of your home. There are 6 elven children that live in your home. They enjoy it when you come downstairs and create like magical drawings that move and stuff like that for them, and you enjoy the fact that you're getting a little bit of income from the cleric, that things are tended and your house is kind of alive with creativity. Is basically it.
Yes.
You've got
infinite
the upper
possibilities.
Sure, you've got the upper stairs and different rooms where you've got your study and your alchemy lab and that sort of thing. Yeah, and you could decide whether or not Deval is your girlfriend.
What's your charisma? It's all about what's on the outside. All is on the outside.
It could be like you guys get along.
I think we get along.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
maybe no. It's all in the, in the realm of...
your house is. We've actually got a picture for it.
Nice.
The Seldar House. It's on OneNote under party pages. People actually create miniatures for freaking medieval homes, and this is a medieval mansion.
That's awesome.
Well, that's cool.
So you can imagine you're in the upper floors, and the kids and everything are in the lower floors.
Yeah.
Dungeons?
No, it's a happy, bright place.
It's a colorful. It's a colorful house.
It's a very colorful house.
Yeah, look at the owner.
Yeah.
I have children in the basement. Oh, God. It's like detect evil. Are you sure he's not detect registering? Try it again.
No, you can see this as you're
broken.
providing 6 elves, 7 elves a place to live in what otherwise is a very suspicious and militarized city.
Is the cleric woman an elf as well?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
She may actually have a divine connection with the Seldarine. But okay,
Okay.
so that kind of brought up a few things. Chaotic religions have to be approved. Chaotic evil and neutral evil religions are automatically banned. And there's a collection of lawful and good religions that kind of rule over this place, like as you'd expect. The alignment of the two cities is lawful good. This is overseen by the sovereignty. The sovereignty is a clan of silver dragons. This may have dipped down into lawful neutral, maybe even lawful evil during the Third Crusade, so there is a lot of suspicion, and things can go really poor quickly. And with the longer lived races, there's a bit of resentment as to the treatment in the last.
Well, obviously the
years.
problem is the law. I mean, they've tried it for a very long time this way, and it's not working. So obviously, it's time for a change.
Right.
Something fresh.
I've got a couple of DM NPCs which we will which we'll introduce as we go. The first one is we'll dive into it now.
Oh, hey, Kenny, what's going on? Oh my God, they killed Connie! You bastards! Alright.
I'm going to open up a campaign. I think I called it
Kenny zip code.
City Encounters. All right. Eldon Burrows. You ready?
I'm ready now. He's looking at his watch.
Your watch? That's awesome.
As part of the paranoid and perhaps even justified protections and access to the city of Voros, all traffic that ends up towards Voros via the Songgate are routed through a world called Terrasleen. Eldon and Aryxes are awaiting in an antechamber of the Crusaders' citadel in Terrasleen. It is a large military town that basically when you arrive to the Songgate, they march you into some part of the citadel and basically have you wait. There are many sensors and murder holes and spy holes that you basically can see in plain sight. And you're kind of like almost like in a quarantine.
Yeah. Is Kruger with me?
Kruger is with you. Yep.
Okay.
Also in quarantine with you is this scary half horse, half man, dressed in. He hasn't taken off his helmet, so you haven't really seen his face.
Okay.
There's a miniature. There's a miniature there on there for you. You've heard of centaurs before or Targosians. He's bigger than what you thought Targosian should be. He's got a great axe that's bigger than you, a bow that you thought was a tree at first. And he just sort of looks at you, looks at your dog, huffs a little bit and doesn't say anything. Apparently he's also going to Voros, but you're not sure. I'll
hop up beside him, or up to him. Greetings. You are a lot bigger than I thought you would be.
You're a knight.
You haven't fought a lot of small folk, have you? My name is Eldon. Eldon Burrows.
You'd never survive on Targos. Your legs are too small.
I'm not going to fight Targos. I've been training to fight in the Abyss.
They need centaurs more than they know. If you're a knight that's gonna stop the demonic host.
I like you already. I like your determination.
He seems to be bored with you now. He's got this weird ceremonial spear on his back. It's made out of bronze, and it's got... give me a Knowledge Arcana.
Hold on. Let's see if a paladin has Knowledge Arcana. He does not.
Boy.
He does not, sir. No, he does not.
Give me a Knowledge Religion.
I do not... Yeah, I have that. Hold on. D20. 12.
Okay. You're not too sure what the significance of the spear is. It's not even a spear. It's kind of like it's too fat to be a spear, and it doesn't have a tip on the end of it. It has like a a claw from some lizard-like beast, and a few scales around the claw that are like bronze. You're not sure what it is, but it definitely like is weird looking. His holy symbol is prominently burned into his armor, or into a leather chest plate that he's wearing.
Okay, using another Knowledge Religion, or do I know it?
You got a 12 on your Knowledge Religion.
Oh, okay, I was for that as well. Okay.
You're not too sure if you like what you see. You recognize it as their war god. And with a 12, you know that their war god is chaotic neutral. It's the god that spurred this race of beings to conquer their planet. Or to conquer, like, a large swath of it.
After recognizing that, I give him my back and walk away to my dog.
Yeah, okay. Your dog's just, at this point, it's just a very well-trained, well-mannered dog.
Yeah.
Although it has noticed that I have let you train it into attack ×2, which means it will attack... it's been trained to attack weird creatures.
Yeah, no, I saw that, yeah.
Yep. Basically, this was gifted to you several years ago. It's grown into a big riding dog. You've trained it with the help of trainers in your village, as well as you've learned kind of as you went. And the intent is that he will be your combat mount. You're eventually moved from your current position. And you're asked by voices in the walls to move out of the antechamber that you're in and to make your way to the main hall and wait further instruction. They tell you, go and sit in alcove C.
Sure. Follow the instructions, because I am very lawful.
Okay. The Targosian finishes what he was doing. He was chopping up some hard cheese and meat, and he was eating it. He finishes what he's doing before he gets up and follows you.
Go.
They're
this is
a
my
bit
first
jumpy around here, aren't they? Is what he says.
Do I know the history of what happened here? Why it's like this?
They're at war with demons.
Anything that he might not like? Yeah, there are demons that come through this area if we're not paying attention.
The Targosian gives you a huff like he doesn't believe you. And eventually just goes and stands in the general vicinity of this alcove C. You're actually in this really long hallway. You know that it leads up to the room where the song gate is kept because you came in through that way. And you're waiting by this large statue of a man with a shield, kind of like a kite shield, and he's got a broken spear in his hands, and he's a young boy, some hero of some past crusade that is depicted in stonework behind you, and you can see that they've put a little placard that says C on it in Verosian Common.
Okay.
It's a human. Of course, it was mostly humans during the First Crusade because halflings hadn't joined the war yet.
Knowledge religion? Do I know who this guy is?
Sure.
Thirteens.
His name is Vertamon, the patron saint of squires and loyalty. John, do you want to add this to the growing list of council of saints and saviors?
Sure. What was his name?
Vertamon,
Vertamon.
the patron saint of squires and loyalty.
Okay. And we don't have a list of that on yet, do we?
If you go to campaign material and go to Monte Plata, there's a place for religion in there. Maybe we'll just keep track of it in there.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
We'll just make up a bunch of saints.
I do like that.
A whole collection of them.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Council of Saints and Saviors.
Sure, all these people became saints. Or
Yes.
just some guy and... Okay. Fine.
Sorry, one more name for this, or
Vertamon. I'm just making something up. Vertamon.
Vertamon. Okay, there we go. And he was the
that was just
saint
one
of
of the
Squires?
priest's brothers.
Well, I was just
Died in
thinking,
a whorehouse. I mean,
he's the patron saint of Squires and loyalty.
Okay.
One more. What would sometimes saints have really odd things. So Squires, loyalty, and
You don't always have to have loyalty.
pizza.
it could be like trade and like
Massages.
we'll say that Vertimon was really good at shoeing horses, so horseshoes.
That'd be a
Because
that would mean that he's a blacksmith.
Eldon,
because that's what that
Eldon
is.
was trying to figure out why they put like a
Squires,
note, like a no label on him. Like,
blacksmiths, and loyalty.
I see
Yeah, that
now.
sounds not
I
too
see
bad.
why. Okay,
he's the horseshoe guy.
His shield has got a big horseshoe on it, and you thought there was another horseshoe, but it's actually just a little placard that they put the word C on, or the letter C on it. Give me a perception check. While you're looking up at this statue of a saint contemplating.
Oh, 10. Crap. I see my dog.
Okay. Your dog kind of sits up a little bit, and you notice that there is a column of soldiers that are slowly bringing a cart down the hallway. The cart has got this muddy trail leading from it. It's a covered wagon that has maybe some sort of like holy cloth covering the wagon. It looks like there are some coffins in the back of the cart.
Oh, he stands to the side, lets them. He stands in with respect, like saluting soldiers, like fallen soldiers.
Yep.
And he taps the dog like do the same.
You notice that they stop like one alcove just kind of like closer to the gate, like the actual wagon stops, and there's some clerics talking to some of the soldiers. Really doesn't have anything to do with you don't think? Yeah, you kind of salute towards them. Give me a charisma check.
And actually, I'd make a little prayer in my for them in my own. Sure, diplomacy or just charisma?
Charisma.
Okay.
The saint of the sous chef, the saint of cooking. I'm sure.
9.
Okay, so the soldiers, the cleric looks at you. He acknowledges that you saluted, but he seems to be in a conversation with one of the soldiers.
Okay.
What's the holdup? I don't know. There's still people coming through. Oh, I see.
I wanna listen to what's
Who
going
fell? Oh, it was one of the priests of Heronius. We're bringing his body back to his abbey. Off-worlder, huh? Yeah. There's the sound of a crash and a scream, and the distant sound of shouting. This is towards the song gate.
Okay.
The soldiers, the cleric that you got the eye contact with says, "Wait here," because he also noticed that Aryxes was coming around the cart and kind of looking at them like, "What's going on?" And the 4 soldiers and the 1 priest kind of go booting down the hallway.
I'm gonna hop on the dog.
Okay, so you hop on the dog.
Let's go, Kruger. Off, buddy. Let's see what's happening. And I'm gonna put my hand in my pouch.
Okay, Aryxes is drawing his axe.
And his children coming through the song gate.
You look down the hallway that is lit by lights coming from the alcoves, magical lights, and you can see that there's another cart. That cart has stopped. The soldiers and the priests go running by that cart, and disappear into the main hall. Give me another perception check.
Yeah, maybe I can roll more than a 1 or a 2. Thanks. 15.
You notice that there is, just around the other side of the cart, there's a boot showing you the face of the boot, or the underside of the boot.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone's fallen over.
Wait, what? Sorry?
Why don't we use map tools?
What do you mean
like
someone's
map
fallen
tools.
over? Someone in the cart of coffins?
No, there's a second cart that is further down the hallway. And
Yeah.
on the far side of the cart, you notice it looks like somebody has fallen over. The soldiers went running by it.
There's something here! Out?
Yep. And let me find a wagon token. There we go. And we'll draw a couple of wagons down a large hallway. A 20-foot, we'll say a big 30-foot hallway. It's 150 feet across. There are some alcoves, A, B, C, and D. There we go. The cart had pulled up to here. You and Aryxes were in ABC, so the cart pulled up to here. And there's a second cart. Like they were actually bringing dead people. And we've got the shrine.
I see dead people.
We've got the alcoves with the
Are you in the urban encounters?
conversation layer.
No. That would be why I can't see shit.
There are the statues of saints. And then we've got a knocked out person.
Obviously, the big horseman did it. You should get him.
There's a joke there about horse manure.
And we'll say that these were pulled by donkeys, I guess.
Oh,
How plebeian.
are centaurs vegetarian?
I'm gonna guess no, because how the fuck would you have enough time to have a civilization if all you're doing is grazing all day?
So then, their digestive tract must be weird.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because
Monstrous humanoid.
it just sort of...
A truly monstrous digestive tract.
Right. Yeah, they were using donkeys to pull these basic carts with religious trappings around the end of it. It looked like there's something bad happened somewhere, and there's dead bodies. But there was some clamor as guys were standing right here and chatting, and there was more like screaming and hollering coming from the vicinity of the room where the song gate is. And they paused. You did notice that one guy paused for a moment to look at the guy on the ground, but they went running past it. By this time, you've hopped up on your dog.
Yeah.
Kruger.
Yep.
Give him his proper name. Aryxes has wandered out. He kind of frightened. He frightened the donkeys a little bit, and he's having a look around. He did not listen to wait here.
Yeah, neither am I. Although I listen to authority and I follow the laws, killing demons and shit is what I want to do.
Yep. And they were a little
There's
bit
a chance.
down a little bit. Yeah. All right. So what was your perception check?
15.
All right. So not only did you notice that there were some boots sticking up, as Aryxes was moving and he was trying to look at something, you see something big that is leaving a slick trail of blood, and it's slithering into the back of this cart. Something like a snake just slithered into the back of this cart. The cart actually went... rustled a little bit.
There's something in this cart.
What? Yeah.
Look at the trail. No, look at the trail. Something just moved there. Dog moves. Get the dog moved to the alcove.
Okay.
How far does this guy move? 30?
I think your dog moves 40.
Kruger movement. 40. Good.
Are we going to use the Marty rule of mounts move 10 feet less for this campaign? Or should we use the light load rule? I think medium is when they slow down. Why don't we use the light load rule? And maybe we'll see how that works, and we'll ease up on it. Do we also want to use the light cover rules? The soft cover rules?
Where other creatures get in your way?
I think so. Yes.
Yes,
I would
let's use those rules.
put the soft cover rules back in play.
And then we're also going to use a variant rule that I've been thinking about, and you could use either your dex or your strength, whichever you want, when making jumps with acrobatics.
Can Kruger do that on the other one?
We'll see how those rules work, and we might retroactively fit them into the other Legends game.
I got really good at jumping. You just see him doing jumping jacks.
Although I did watch like it was on TV or something like that, a bit of Hellboy, and Hellboy tried to make a jump. Hellboy is strong, right?
Hellboy's really strong, but he's not dexy at all.
He's not good at jumping. So I'm like, there's the character that sucks at jumping.
Falls on his head.
There's a scene where he kind of like half makes a jump, and
Hellboy's such a good. Guillermo del Toro, he does some good stuff.
Okay, but something has slithered into the cart that is right here, and Aryxes didn't see it. He wasn't in position to see it, but you do see that there's a weird brownish blackish trail. You'd have to get closer to see where the trail's coming from, and you have
detect evil.
All right. So on this round, Aryxes is cautiously moving over with his great axe drawn, and you're detecting evil. How does this work?
First round, is there presence of evil in 60 feet?
And
unless
is
there's
it
lead
blocked, is it blocked by something?
Lead, stone, or a whole whack ton of wood. 3 feet of stone, a thin layer of lead.
So I have to study for 3 rounds. Let's see, first round. Presence, number.
Yes, there is the presence of evil.
Something evil is in there. I'm gonna give him a slightly British accent. There's something evil in that cot.
There are a bunch of boxes in there, says Aryxes. He's moving around.
There's something evil in that cot.
Yeah, Aryxes is moving around. He's got his great axe out. He's just looking.
I've already got my I got a little sling going on here, like.
Okay, are you continuing to concentrate on the detect evil?
Yes.
Second round, you can hear the sound of a
number of evil auras. Strongest aura.
The sound of a wooden box straining. And maybe nails being pulled out.
How many creatures?
And then you get that there is one creature. And the power of the most evil aura present.
If we're talking... There's a hit dice chart.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm assuming it's the third row. Moderate?
There is a moderate evil presence.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Okay, Aryxes is going to, on the second round, when you hear like the pine box kind of like breaking or like straining, Aryxes is going to cast a spell because he is a cleric of his war
Chaotic god.
Yep.
Mm.
It would help if I prepared his spells.
He should cast Fox's Cunning. It's the best spell.
No, he's going to cast Weapon of Awe.
Weapon of Awe, yeah.
He raises his axe and I am from Targos! And his axe begins to glow a little bit. A spellcraft check, DC 17 to know what he cast.
Don't care.
Don't
Not
care?
focused on him right now.
Okay.
He cast I am from Targos.
Third round, you hear a very strange kind of like mushing sound and maybe some bones popping, and then the lid of one of the pine boxes pops off. Are you maintaining your detect evil?
I am putting a. So this thing, probably silver bullet or cold iron.
Okay, you're loading your sling. And?
I'm readying an action.
Okay,
I'm
you're
preparing
readying an
a.
action?
I'm not readying it. I'm. What do you call it? Oh, where did you go? Here it is. I'm doing my bullseye. So they're like, yeah, here it comes. So I'm using a move to ready like a strike, an attack in the sling.
So I think you need to attack within the next round, but yeah, I think you can do that. I have to look at bullseye.
I'll keep maintaining it. I'll just keep maintaining is yeah. It's use a move to set up an attack.
A move to set it up, and
it's
then
and it has to be done on the
when you gain a +4 on your next range
Before
attack
my
roll
next-
before the end of your turn.
Yep. So he
right.
steadies his aim.
So I'll keep maintaining this.
Wow, you got this how again? Through your prestige class. Normally people can only get this at BAB of 5.
Yes.
Right.
So you're like,
Yeah.
you hear this horrible wet sound.
You had to ruin it, didn't you? There's something evil in there.
You're hearing this in your mind.
There's something evil in there. Well, fuck you.
And stumbling out of the cart, it's wearing the body of a priest and the priest robes, but its head is all wrong. Wrong.
Okay.
The head looks more like a like a worm.
That's not good.
And you notice that somehow underneath its funerary priestly robes, there's weird kind of like snakes moving. Like it's still trying to adjust to its new body. The head of the creature is missing.
You had to ruin it, didn't you? Something evil in there. Something evil.
Aryxes growls. You've got your
Not
ready actions.
for long.
So
Yes.
I think it's initiative because everyone's aware of everyone else.
I don't like to look at that thing, sir.
Don't you like its tentacle squid graspy face?
No, I do
Do
not.
you want to be eaten by somebody's cranium? Because the cranium is what does the eating on that thing.
Oh my god.
So I got a 19 plus 5. I think I go first. Toffee, et la faute. Okay, go take it. Okay.
You worked your mute backwards. You unmuted to give Toffee shit, and then you muted for yourself.
Oh, hello. There we
You
go.
went backwards. You did.
Wait, was I muted?
You said the loud
No,
part
no.
quiet and the quiet part
Bro.
loud.
You did it backwards.
Yes, you did.
All right.
Yeah, we saw you give in. Toffee,
Alright,
put that
so let's
down. Okay, fine, Toffee. Just take it and go away. Just
Just take it. Get out of here, son. Just go.
That's what I
Just
heard.
go.
you win.
I'm dealing with enough evil creatures. Just leave.
You're a funny guy. Funny guy.
Okay, roll a d4. Because there are also other things that are hopping out of the cart.
4.
Okay.
Good times.
What the fuck?
Oh my god! Look
They're-
at this.
As he's popping out of the cart, they seem to be kind of coming out of the ground all around him.
Fucking summoner asshole.
I guess you did sort of just stare at him for a while.
You had to ruin it, didn't you? Something evil in there. Cunning
The
little
gods are
creature.
infest. Okay.
I know.
Alright.
I'm gonna crawl up your dog's ass.
Let's see about
That's
that.
how I'll get out of here.
It's a tapeworm of doom.
Okay, so these things are all around, and then we've got, so basically it's Eldon, you've got your ready to action, then it's the demons, and then Aryxes.
Okay, so I'm smiting evil on him.
You had a ready to action.
Swift action. Correct? Smite evil swift.
It's fine. Okay, there are bloated things that just came out of the ground. It was disgusting.
That's fine. The dog knows when to move. It
Is
knows
the-
after I take my shot, it moves.
Is the Vermidurbadur a... is that a demon?
You don't know.
Or is that an evil outsider, which would trigger the ranger stuff?
Yeah, your ranger favorite enemy applies here.
Okay.
Okay. And we know it's evil from the detect evil. So
And it's point... Oh, I'm also deadly aiming, and it's point blank shot.
Yep, and he's got cover from around the wagon.
That's okay.
boom! that cover takes away the move action to steady aim.
33.
Third level character, plus 20 to hit. We got this.
You want me to walk you through that?
No, that's fine. You hit the creature in the chest.
Now, the damage may not be as high as I want it to be, but we'll give it some time. This is a cold iron.
So your smite evil makes it bypass damage reduction, but cold iron... You use cold iron bullets,
So he knows.
so he knows.
He knows.
So it should be 1d6 plus 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I have it. It's plus 9. Where'd you get the 10 from? Strength, favored enemy, point blank, deadly aim, smite evils 3.
Oh, the smite evil doesn't double versus evil outsiders.
No, it does.
It's undead.
It
Oh,
does.
No,
and
it's-
then
You've got dragons and undead. I think it's evil outsiders as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so your smite damage should be plus 6.
Just the first hit though.
it says. Oh, okay, cool.
Just the first hit. Just the tip.
So it
Oh, the
doubles.
first hit.
Is it?
Yes.
So it's actually plus 12 then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and d6 plus 12.
Boom!
15 damage.
All right. You hit the creature, and this bypasses damage reduction, right?
Yes.
You hit the bloated body right in the torso, and it rips open, and the flesh seems to be putrefied, and then dropping out of the putrefied flesh is this worm-like creature that has the multi faceted sort of mouth at the end with little tendrils coming out of it. You did no damage to the worm-like creature, but you destroyed its body.